I actually finally remembered the one thing I watched, and it actually is a true representation of how I think everybody feels about it right now.
What is it?
Dragon Ball Daima.
Oh, you were telling me about
I've
that.
been watching it every week for the past like 3 months.
I have not heard
and
you.
I always I don't be having a reason to talk about it. So like
Now it's finished?
Is it good?
no, it's not finished. It's
Oh.
still going. Like I've been watching. It looks really good. The animation is really good. I think the reason why I find a reason to not talk about it is because I think I've become so accustomed to the hypeness that Dragon Ball offers after Dragon Ball the original series, because the original Dragon Ball series was more adventure like. It was
Okay.
very One Piece reminiscent.
Okay, so what is Dragon Ball Daima?
Dragon Ball Daima is the last thing that Toriyama made before he passed.
Oh, so what is it about? Is it after?
It takes place after the end of Z, but before Super.
Okay, so it's in the middle place?
Yes.
Kind of like.
Yes.
Okay.
So it's essentially like right after Z. But the tone that it goes for is not the same tone that Z or Super or even like GT or most other Dragon Ball has usually had after the original Dragon Ball. It was usually more shonen, fighty, beam struggles. Like that was the series. That's what the series became.
Okay.
But Dragon Ball Daima goes back to what the series originally was.
How so?
The adventure aspect.
Okay.
Looking for the Dragon Balls.
Okay.
Like, yeah, looking for Dragon Balls, searching and like
So not
traveling
just
places.
hands.
It was that's what the series originally was, Dragon Ball. But then when we got to Dragon Ball Z, and Goku's bigger, it's mainly what you know Dragon Ball for, which is
all hands.
power ups, new forms, transformations. That's what you know it as, but that's not what it was.
Okay.
It became that because people are show bros and they wanted more fighty fight and they didn't want as much adventure.
Okay. Well, that's pretty cool. So different dynamic, right?
So Daima goes back to what it was,
Mhm.
and I think that's why people aren't really talking about it or really aren't liking it that much, because people who didn't grow up, most of us didn't grow up with Dragon Ball first. Most of us heard of Dragon Ball Z and then heard of Dragon Ball.
I didn't even know they were two different things until like the last few years.
Well, they're the same thing. Oh yeah, well yeah, they're the same thing.
Yeah, but I didn't know like I thought Dragon
series.
Ball Z was just Dragon Ball Z. Like I didn't know there was Dragon Ball.
Yeah, if you read it, it's all Dragon Ball.
Mhm.
But it's just the anime did the same thing. It just for Naruto Shippuden, right? Or I can't think of another one right now, another series that does it, because One Piece kept the same name all the way through. But yeah, Dragon Ball Daima, it got better definitely like at episode 6. It got more interesting because then I like readjusted to like the slow pacing adventure style of it all, and now I'm having mad fun. I'm loving it. Like all the characters got turned into kids.
Aww.
So now I get to see Vegeta.
All of the characters, or just Goku and Vegeta?
Goku, Vegeta, Bulma, Piccolo.
What?
That's
Krillin.
adorable.
Everybody got turned to kids. Even like Goten and Trunks got reverted back to babies. So
it's so cute.
So they're like their power's cut in half. So therefore they're not as strong as they used to be. So it's like GT, but better.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because I know you're probably thinking that like, oh, okay, so it's GT.
I just
But
don't like it when they're like all kids.
I want to say, do you only like the fighting aspect of Dragon Ball? Like you don't really care for Dragon Ball, only like Dragon Ball
I
Z?
liked Dragon Ball, but also because like the comedy was there. Like Kid Goku is hilarious. I don't know how well also like the comedy back then with Toriyama, like that it was just a different era.
Yeah, Goku was wilding, bro. Like Goku, Toriyama showed us Goku's nuts a lot.
Oh,
we know what Goku's whole package looked like a lot when
what?
He's kid. And he slapped Bulma's like
boom boom, like
slapped it.
like
crazy.
yo, why you got nothing there, homie?
He's like, yo, where your shit at? Bow, bow.
That's crazy.
So like Kid Goku is on a different level. So I just like, and I remember from GT, like adult Kid Goku, it's just like it doesn't hit as hard. So I don't know how the comedy like works with Daima, because Dragon Ball is funny.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny. You have funny characters like Yamcha and Krillin and Tenten. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I watched the first episode of Dragon Ball Daima.
It's all recap, right? So
Yeah.
most of it's recap, and it looks
And
great.
introducing like the Hell characters. or
I'd
whatever.
say if you really do enjoy Dragon Ball, give it the shot that I think it deserves to like let it show you its vision. And I think you'll like it, honestly. Like seeing Vegeta as a kid is something I never got to see. You know what I mean?
True.
So
Unless he was like eating off the ship with
yeah, you
with
know what I mean?
rabbits.
So seeing his temperament and his temper tantrums happen, but like it's kid Vegeta, it's funny. And then like seeing Piccolo as a kid is funny. Seeing Bulma as a kid, like the interactions are just funnier, and I'm getting that from that. And I'm enjoying
That's
it. You know what I
cute.
mean? Like I actually found out apparently Vegeta's a boob guy.
The more you know.
Huh.
Confirmed because of this.
Okay.
So
How so?
I don't want to know.
somebody made fun of him,
Uh.
and it was like, "You a boob guy, aren't you?" And then he started getting like embarrassed, and then in the back of the plane, Piccolo and somebody else was like, "I think he's a boob guy, bro." I think that's why he's fiending to turn Bulma back into an adult.
Oh,
Like it was a whole bit. So that's why I'm saying, like, hey,
That's funny.
give it a shot. You know what I mean? So to have that fun again. But yeah.